Okay, this shit's ridiculous. I've started and stopped this camera so many times now, and I just haven't gotten started. There's so many things to talk about, or could be talked about, but I can only say one word at a time. So anyway, it's the 19th of January, 1/19 on the Gregorian calendar. It's a little bit after 1 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Where to start? Not even sure. What about the National Guard? I had that thought earlier. Just a question. Why do you think there'd be National Guard brought to the Capitol right now? Think back on the year and all the division that's been caused in so many different ways, and how a civil war is wanted, this and that. This place is being collapsed purposely, so they want each group fighting each other, and they want to create and orchestrate all these events. So why would they move a whole bunch of National Guard from different places, different states, to the so-called capital? Well, it sets the stage. I feel like the stage has been set for the upcoming theaters, what I see. And it makes a much greater emotional connection to much more of the so-called public. Anyone from any of those so-called states that know National Guard folk that are there right now, they know someone that's a part of this. They know someone that's there. They know someone involved. The ones that are there, they're there. They know they're there at the Capitol. They know they're involved in something or other. They're to protect from the possible insurrection or whatever, to secure the inauguration process during Inauguration Day, whatever the set of orders. The commanders at the uppermost echelons, they know better. Somewhere up there, they know it's fucking bullshit, that it's part of the theater, it's part of the show. Anyway, that's my opinion based on experience, before I get carried away or before someone gets triggered. Hopefully not too bad, and already turned this off. That's coming from someone that spent 21 years in the U.S. Army, active U.S. Army, trying to defend this so-called country. Didn't know I was born into the fucking beast slave system and shit. Didn't know it was generational slavery happening at the time when I joined, or during my career in that place. Anyway, didn't find out till I got out. Once I got out and went through a whole bunch of healing and recognizing shit that had gone on everyone's whole fucking life, came to see things a little bit different. So anyway, I feel for you folk. You're being fucking used. You folk in the National Guard that are there from all walks of life, start talking to each other. Start to figure out, hey, what the fuck is going on? Why is the government, this so-called government that's there to protect and care for us and things, why is it that they, with orders, executive orders, or this order or that regulation or statute or whatever, someone wrote down on a piece of paper somewhere telling folks to do shit, how is it that your so-called leaders in government and all these organizations that are out there are supposed to know better, how is it that they told you to destroy your fucking life for a whole fucking year and you're still at it? Think about it, you National Guard folk, you other folk, whoever you are, it might be listening, whoever might be hearing this. This isn't directed to any specific whoever. It's directed to everyone. Where was I going? You've come from all different walks of life. You have different jobs. You do different things in your regular life when you're not doing the National Guard thing. So some of you get to be a part of the lie for the system in two different ways. You just got to figure out what those fucking things are. So wearing the costumes in the National Guard thinking you're there to protect and shit. Hey, you're being fucking used. Just like I was used. To be part of the show. Whatever part you play in the show, that's what you're being used for. And you're wearing a costume and others are telling you what to do to others to ensure the show goes on. We were all tricked by the same tricks. The thing is, to recognize it inside, to be able to accept it, and then be able to move forward and go, oh, fuck, now what? Now what from here? Because other folks, like, you folks in your other jobs and walks of life, different walks of life, medical profession or engineers or all these other things, you'll see the different parts of the lies that are in the rest of the system. See, now I'm talking in so many generalities. I figured this would happen. I have so many things to talk about that would sound like just crazy gibberish, possibly. But I'm talking about all the same very simple things. It's a fucking huge deception going on, and folks are literally living out a movie that's playing in their mind, that's been placed into their mind through years of indoctrination and being fed poison. So it's all the same fucking thing. Well, anyway, what I was talking about, you folks getting sent there to Washington, D.C., it's to make you a part of the next whatever part of the fucking show's about to happen. Months ago, I said, out in the garage, months ago, I was trying to say, don't fall for it. Don't fall for the upcoming political theater, the shenanigans, whatever they have in store. And I said the word, I think I said fake assassination is how I put it. It still seems sane to me. Still seems, I mean, they've been showing everyone for a year that it's over. The fucking bullshit everyone has lived up to this point is over. They're tired of whoever they are. The slave system is being reorganized by the same slave masters at the top. That's the simplest way I can put it. Now, they have the ability to technologically enforce whatever the fuck they want on you. That's what this year's been for. So folks just destroy their own livelihoods, destroy their lives, their relationships, their health, their physical and mental health. Just destroy it over this year, being told, be afraid of the boogeyman virus. Be afraid of the fucking cooties. War of the Worlds, at the end of War of the Worlds, that movie, I fucking loathe making references to movies, because I know that's how my mind used to work. For the first 39 years of my life, my mind would reference movies and TV shows and stuff to associate with reality. You know why? Because I was a fucking idiot. I very much lacked comprehension on a lot of things, and I was programmed, so I couldn't really think and correlate thought and image and picture and feeling for myself organically. That's part of the healing process each has to go through. Anyway. Well, shit, where was I going with that? Yeah, War of the Worlds shit. How they beat the aliens with the crazy technology that were destroying, laying waste to shit. Wasn't it the flu? The common cold? The flu? How'd they bring down this fucking military beast called the United States? It was created to be so while it was poisoned, so it would have a shelf life. So you make a group that think they're a bunch of really fucking badass motherfuckers. You train them up to be badass motherfuckers. Tell them they're badass motherfuckers. Tell them they're the best in the world at being badass motherfuckers. While the whole time feeding and injecting them with poison to make sure they can't think or feel straight. So that damage will be cumulative over time, over days, weeks, months, years. So by the end of their career, they're about done. They're about to expire. And if they do hang out for a while, well, so much better. They'll be broken. Their health will be mined for longer and longer. You know, folks are just sucked dry, men and women. Men and women, children, suck dry their fucking life, their whole fucking lives, until they realize it, and then see who's doing it and say no fucking more. So they brought down this fucking whole beast with what? The flu, the cold and flu, by mislabeling it, relabeling it. Your body's own natural process of excreting toxins that it does around spring, around fall. You know, when shit changes, when the environment changes, depending on your internal environment inside your body. Because each is different. It depends on what you consume. And if you're consuming a bunch of poisons, death, toxins and things, flesh and things that are disharmonious to nature and the nature of a man and woman, whether you realize it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, you're fucking yourself up. Poison yourself, poison those around you that you're telling it's all right to do it. And that's part of the reason I like to reference movies in the same way as books. Because you know why? Folk will use any kind of external justification they can find to not change their behavior. That's what I found. Now I found that because I used to do that fucking shit because I didn't want to change for so long. I want to think I was right, feel like I was right about whatever. For 39 years of my fucking just idiocy that I lived. I say that because I just said that reference about eating death or eating flesh. Because that's an issue. That's an issue. That's an issue for a lot of folks. That shit. Eating flesh is not good for you. You're eating the life of another life. And it's not alive anymore. It's dead. If it was alive, it's not any fucking better. What the fuck's wrong with you? You're eating another life that has feelings. Well, what about plants? Don't they feel shit? That's about the dumbest fucking retarded ass shit. I mean, think about how feelings are felt. Think about sensory perception. Realize plants don't have such thing. Fruits don't have such thing. Vegetables don't have such ability as that. They're life from the earth. Not conscious life with consciousness or a conscience in their heart to feel. That's the difference. A man and woman could look at, here's the difference. Think of an animal, or think of something, think of an animal. Think of cutting the animal and how they react and things. They feel pain. They have a body, they have flesh, they have blood. They have families. They're born to parents. They have their children. They reproduce. They feel pain. You can see it. You can feel pain when you get cut, when you get slashed. You wonder why it done to you. Plants don't feel that shit like that. I mean, come on. And if you knew the difference, if you could feel the difference of what that energy does, the energy, life-giving energy of plants in your body and running off that, and how amazingly efficient your body becomes when you can run off of just the natural materials you need. But you don't need very much. Takes cutting away. But if you can cut away from eating the flesh, the chemicals, the hormones, the fucking bullshit, your mind will clear up and your heart will clear up. The conscience. Problem is, too many are being run by their guts. Their guts and the addiction and the poison that is still holding on to their guts. My wife knows about. My wife got some more poison out of her guts the other day. We did another fast here. She got some gunk that was still holding on in there a little bit out of her bowels and is going through some deep discomfort from who knows what. From the past, the past. You know what I'm saying? The stuff holds on and it affects the energy inside of each. That's just how it works. So, with a lot of folk, now to get back to where I was going, the external justification. Some will say, well, I read in some certain text a certain way, it said something about this or that or the other, which means it is okay for me to consume that death, or for me to go ahead and use other life the way I see fit, because those words from that one place said so. Heard that other guy and that other woman, those other men and women over there saying the same things from the same source, the same book, the same TV show. They saw the same movie and they said the same thing, that that's how you do it and that's okay, because that must mean that's always how it's been done, and that means that's what's right. That's mind games, because your bitch ass can't feel deep enough. Not to call you a bitch ass motherfucker, whoever I just called that to, because I'm not trying to throw ad hominem attacks around and shit, or call someone a female dog / donkey. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's serious and it's deep. And each has to get it deep inside them and stop playing fucking fuck mind games with the consciousness. They're messed up. Out of balance consciousness. There's folks that are out of balance in mind. Broken logic or broken imagination. Or both. You say ruler to someone, and someone up here logically goes ruler. Yes, and the picture of the fucking president comes up, or their fucking boss, or the fucking king, queen, prince, princess, fucking bishop, whoever they put on a pedestal somewhere, pope, I don't give a fuck what title or costume or whatever. They associate the image of ruler with something like that. That's a fucking problem. Because a fucking ruler is a tool of measurement. A ruler. A tool of measurement. It's not some external thing telling you what the fuck to do. And every man and woman should take measure of themselves deeply inside. Their thoughts and their feelings. And analyze those thoughts and go, is this something I just believe because it came from out there somewhere? Or is this something I know for sure? To know something for sure, that means I have to really deeply comprehend that piece of information. Comprehension. See, the problem isn't, folk aren't having a problem nowadays because of lack of knowledge. There's knowledge everywhere to be found. Just gotta look. Problem is, most are looking external, constantly finding all kind of bullshit gibberish because there's so much bad knowledge out there. So knowledge isn't the fucking problem. It's a lack of deep comprehension inside each. And it starts off with knowing who, what, why they are. What they're even standing on. Let me come back to the National Guard. Or anyone else in the military folk. I used to be in the military. Thought it was a globe. Those 21 years I served as a scout. Armored Cavalry Scout, 19 Delta. With all I learned about maps and terrain and analyzing terrain and all this and flying all over the place, being a fucking asshole, fucking clown show in other countries where other folk live. Just there acting a fool without even realizing fully what the fuck I was doing. And I hope one day to be able to apologize in a better way to a whole bunch of folk that I fucked their lives up in some kind of way just from them being around me. And just because the clown costume I wore and the good I thought was doing wasn't really good, and the way I acted wasn't even really trying to be good, because, you know, I was fucking crazy. I had a fucking dark streak. Little deceiver, trickster streak. That just turned into a dark, nasty-ass motherfucking demon over time inside. That's what I'm saying. I ain't calling any names at folk that do certain things right now in certain ways. Like eat meat, eat cows, eat chickens, eat cats, eat fucking dogs. Because I did that. I consumed flesh in life. I even took a whole bunch of life. Took it for no fucking reason. Not to consume it. Not because I needed to protect myself. Sometimes just to kill something. Know why? Because I was fucking broken. I started out that way. like I talked about before. Start off on Air Force Base. That's how I started in the slave system. Start off on Air Force Base. Got injected with a whole bunch of fucking poisons, vaccines. Yeah, that motherfucking word. Vaccines are fucking poison. Look at the ingredients. Look up the fucking ingredients. Folks have been saying these things. I try to talk about this shit that was coming, and now it's here. Folks are just willingly injecting themselves with poison, their children with poison. Shit's just going to keep on getting worse. See, I'm jumping around because there's so many fucking things that are all tied together. This shit in D.C., it's all part of the same clown show. Got to keep the distractions going at all costs, keep the division going at all costs, and getting worse if they can help it. Simply stop fighting. Stop playing along. Stop attaching yourselves to these fucking labels and groups, any of them. Any of these labels and groups. Just simply learn how to be a living man or a living woman that wants to protect and care for themselves and their child. Learn that. That's an inside process. That inner process of learning to measure and master oneself from the inside, you learn to rule yourself, to master yourself. You be your own ruler because you've taken measurement deep enough to find and accept whatever deceptions you can find inside and contradictions and change them, correct them. It's hard work. I'm not saying it's some overnight easy fucking thing, because it's not. It hurts to accept you've been lied to your whole fucking life. But it's deeply necessary to realize and accept to then be able to move forward and build from a new foundation inside of good knowledge with deep comprehension. And that's how you come across things like sovereignty. And what does this word mean? Sovereign. And they don't want folk to talk about sovereign, so they'll tie it to other shit. And you got folk running around talking about different layers of fucking fake-ass man's law and shit all tied together with something like sovereign, which just means above rulership. Because you don't need external rulership when you learn to rule yourself, and you do that by taking measure of yourself. Like with a ruler. To use a metaphor. I mean. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the terrain in the military and the National Guard and whoever else out there. We're on ground that's generally level with terrain features. And the surface of water is level. You can't feel yourself spinning. You can't measure rotation. It is still. Once you can sit down and feel the stillness and see that the sun, moon, and stars have been rotating above us this whole time in a measurable, predictable, repeating type of pattern over a very long period of time. You know, we're not spinning and flying and shooting through space in all kinds of different directions. You can tell, you can feel that, which helps you to know that. Once you realize you're still in those other things and you go, wait, yep. So it's still, can't feel myself spinning. I know planes fly at level with a gyroscope inside. You folk in the National Guard somewhere in there, someone's flown some shit some fucking where, some, you know. Tell the other ones, because someone in there knows. Someone in there knows about all these different lies. They just, all this knowledge is like separated out inside men and women, just hiding up in their mind because they're too afraid to talk about certain little things they know. But maybe if they did, everyone else would get the bigger fucking picture with a quickness. When some folk that fly around and talk about the gyroscope always maintains level. And you can check that. And you get about the gyroscope, start that sucker spin. It will stay level with the level ground of the plane we're on. So anyway, you get that. folk that might be in the Navy, submariners, submarines swim at a 0 degree bubble. 0 degree under the surface of the water because the surface is flat. Then there's terrain underwater. That's important to realize, because when you realize that, like I realized that, too late, after I was out, after I was already retired, I was already fucking, oh boy, I was insane, I was beyond help. Anyway, the damage I did was fucking done. And I did a whole bunch of damage because I believed that I lived on a spinning globe flying through space, that I was this, all these things I talked about in the past. I thought I was the fake piece of paper birth certificate fucking name. It's all bullshit, all the shit on pieces of paper. That's the issue. That's the problem, folks. Writing down shit on a piece of paper, calling it law, and other folks going, oh, that must be what law is. That brings up another word, jurisdiction. Or to know and speak law. To speak the law, jurisdiction. You can have other folk coming up to you in a costume saying, hey, you have to do this because I said so. Why jurisdiction? Why, that means you're speaking the law. They don't know what the fuck the law is. Natural law. That natural law. Natural law, it doesn't require a piece of paper. That is the golden rule. That is... oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. How did I get... yeah, I don't even know. I mean, why do I even bother saying any of these things, I wonder? Because it doesn't help me. None of these things help me. I'm trying to say these things to try and help someone else recognize these things deeper in there. But that's why I don't make these videos. Because just talking randomly about whatever whatever I can put into whatever kind of order just to a fucking camera without a two-way conversation, it's a little tough. In the flesh, it's easy. I could just, oh, go and go and go and go, especially in interactive type of back and forth with someone that can actually communicate. That just doesn't happen often. So I don't know, I can fucking continue to say anything. What the fuck? Or say anything now. Natural simplicity of that has to be felt inside each. No one can, that's the thing, no one can make anyone comprehend anything. That takes willpower on each's own inside to break from the fucking mind traps. I'm just repeating myself. See, that's another reason I don't want to be one of those fucking repeaters that just gets on there and just says the same crap over and over again. And you know what? You folk that do your overanalyzation of the theater, whatever fucking theater it is, I don't care what kind of theater it is. You just talk about the theater, nothing but the theater, entertainment, fucking sports, fucking politics, fucking movies, fucking TV shows, like it's real. Or even like talking about like you're just extracting this or that fucking truth from it and you're just staying in that constantly. Holy shit. I mean, you're just adding to the clown show. You're living in a movie in your mind. Hear these phrases so many times, man. The truth is in the movies. They do nothing but lie to you in the news, but the truth is in the movies. Motherfucker, it's all lies. The way they present it, it's layered contradiction that they're showing and presenting, whether it's called the news, called a TV show, called a TV series, called a movie, called a fucking documentary, a fucking mockumentary, a fucking whatever the fuck they call the shit. Doesn't matter. If it's put out by the system, I guarantee you it has layered fucking shit in there to mess with you physically, mentally, subliminally. It's how this has worked the whole time. And it's the music too. And it's been going on for generations. They've only gotten more efficient and effective at it. And now since they got everyone to say fuck it and suffocate themselves because of the cooties, hey, go ahead and y'all just go ahead and not do anything that you feel is right to do that doesn't cause any harm to anybody. You don't do anything. You don't do any of that, but you wear a mask and you suffocate yourself. And you get ready to inject yourself with this brand new version of fucking poison we got for your bitch ass. How about that? And we'll stretch that shit out for a year. And then we'll do the inauguration, insurrection, fucking shenanigans at the, well, what, shortly probably, right? Is the fake ass assassination coming up real soon? Just to, it's all been fake the whole fucking time. Like the JFK shit, fake. Before this whole shit was set up on fake. Oh shit. Anyway, go all the way back to the fucking piece of paper. Unum sanctum. Is that the first trust? Is that the beginning? Is that the beginning or is there more shit? Does it matter? I will throw that bitch ass piece of paper in the fucking fire. Like I did my birth certificate years back once I recognized the motherfucking lies of this shit. Correction, my copy of that birth certificate, that piece. Someone has a copy of that fucking thing somewhere, and it's in its digital form. Some bitch ass motherfucker out there thinks they own me. That's fucked up, man. That's hilarious. I don't think it's fucking hilarious. And that's where it comes into learning about these fucking lies. And learning it's been lies the whole fucking time. Like I thought about what's a better way I could try and maybe portray it to give someone a picture to conceptualize it. And I had the idea, well, a deck of cards. You take a deck of cards and just build a house of cards type of structure with that shit, right? And then take chess pieces to represent, like the game of life. Chess pieces on a chessboard. Pick a role in the role-playing game. And put the chess pieces in the little house of cards, right? In their own little compartments, because that's how the whole damn thing works. The Tower of Babel is that house of cards, of compartmentalization, of different jargon, of different subjects, of different beliefs. And folk just walk right in their little chess piece into whatever little section they choose. And then they fight the other ones in that little Tower of Babel house of cards fucking thing on a flat surface. I thought I'd use the table that my wife painted blue over there. And then I could say, see the table? It's flat surface. It's flat, stationary table. I'm saying it's flat and stationary and it's blue. Blue like what? Oh, well, that would give me a chance to say Admiralty Maritime Law, and I could use that as, you know what I'm saying? I could have said that symbolically and all this other shit. But what's the fucking point? I mean, I don't think it matters because other folk have shown it in so many different fucking ways. It'd just be another adding to the pile. And folks have to be able to conceptualize it on their own anyway for themselves, which takes a lot of sifting through actual knowledge inside and trying to comprehend what's good knowledge, what's bad knowledge, and get some depth inside to be able to go, okay, now I get all these layers and levels of shit. These different stupid trusts, like say I'm saying this, all these different trusts and all these different layers of law, right? You got to get to natural law. All these other versions of fake ass ecclesiastic God said so fucking law because I wrote it on a piece of paper so God said so, and it's backed up with other external sources I could point you to. Shut the fuck up. You're a snake. You're a snake and you wear a costume. You wear a costume for something called religion in a church. But the rest of this shit's also religions. The government is a religion. The scientism is a religion. You just wear different costumes. You're priests in those different religions that are indoctrinated to be priests, whether you know it or not. You're there to spread lies for the system, to keep the system going. And it's all in that same house of cards. So I thought about that. Well, and now I got these chess pieces, which I don't right here, because I didn't bother to get the damn physical things out. Like I said, why bother? There's more for the mind anyway. Not my mind. I'm trying to convey a message. For someone else's mind to picture what I'm saying. The chess pieces are physical. So then I could get into the whole, look, see, that's the chess game. You think there's some fucking 3D, 5D fucking chess being played by someone you put on a pedestal in your mind? Some man or woman you don't fucking know out there in the system, you think they're playing some fucking 5D chess? What does that fucking mean? Shut the fuck up, please. Because you're talking about a role-playing game that someone set up generations ago that other men or women are just plugging themselves into for a little bit of fucking power and greed over their fellow man and woman, whether they realize or not. That's how it's playing out. It's what the money belief system is for. Anyway, where was I going? It's about the stupid chessboard, the costumes, the fucking priest that pushed the bullshit. Oh boy. I mean, I don't know how to put it any plainer. It's all the same game with different labels and different costumes. And if you can say to someone, or someone to ask you what are rights, and you can answer the question because you know what rights are and what a right is, what's right and wrong, and you live that way, trying to do right, trying to think right, trying to perceive right, trying to perceive through the bullshit and do the right thing, make the right choice. Based off of what you know and feel deeply. Not because someone else says so, or someone's pushing you towards something, or just because you're following the fucking crowd. Because that's the problem. It's not just the leaders, it's the followers. It's the leaders and the followers. It's the leaders and the believers. It's the ones that don't know. The ones that don't know still believe. They still believe in whatever they're told, and they're just carrying out damn actions. Whereas, I know I left some shit. I know I left some shit untied, some points that I was going to complete, and I jumped on to the next. But, yeah, I'm not even sure where to go back to now, or what else to say. I won't even put this motherfucker up. Yeah, it's a mess. See? Then I'm sitting here sounding like a motherfucking clown sandwich trying to talk about the fucking clown show out there that so many are fucking involved in. And emotionally invested in and tied to. So, I come back to that. Then this next theater event, if it's to come up real soon, shortly here, this inauguration or before, whatever, seems like they're going to get rid of, I mean, symbolically speaking, fake assassination shit and move Kamala Harris in. Why? Just because of all the division, and symbolically because then it should be a good representation of the whore of Babylon and all this other shit. While all these other fucking wars and all this other shit's going on, while this place is being crumbled, this slave system just burnt the fuck down. And then later maybe they'll bring in Obama with the UN, right? As the savior or antichrist. You know what I mean? The whore of Babylon. I don't know. See? And that's what I don't like talking about. This kind of bullshit shenanigans that are being set up by folk that are supposed to be grown men and women, but they're not. They're nasty, sick, broken children inside themselves. They're fucking predators is what they are. Yeah, talk about some more movie shit, because you live in a society of that. It's like aliens and predators in this motherfucker. And the ones telling you to do fucked up shit out there wearing their suits and ties and stethoscopes and fucking injecting you with poison and fucking telling you to suffocate yourself with a mask, telling you gotta shut down your motherfucking family business. Why? Because you can order from Amazon, bitch. And we don't give a fuck about you. We never did. Because it was never about you. It's about the slave system maintaining the slave system while it burns down the slave system and introduces a new and improved technologically reinforced slave system that needs way less men and women involved because so much shit has been built and so much shit is now automated. They don't need folk. And to them, they and them that are in the power structure, the hierarchical power structure that has been created in their indoctrinated ass mind in whatever costume and position that they function in out there in the system, they don't give a fuck about you because they don't have much of a conscience at all. They can't feel what they're doing. Why? Because their mind is running in chaos mode. It's that imbalance I was talking about. Imbalance in mind. Broke ass logic, broke ass imagination. All they're looking is to satisfy their lust, their addiction, their greed, their whatever their gut tells them, and their broken ass, rabbit ass mind fucking feeds them. Based off what their fucking nasty ass lower energies that are all twisted and bound the fuck up tell them to do. Skip in their conscience, in their heart. Because there's a depth to that feeling and knowing and knowledge and wisdom that can be found in there that folk can't find until they get the fucking poison out of them. I say it like that. I say it like that with a bit of fucking venom because I lived for 39 years without knowing that was a thing and not being able to, not having the ability to live a full, connected and coherent life inside myself, for myself, of my own choosing, that was right, in the right way, in a good way. Didn't fucking know any better. And I was pumped full of poison, like I said, right from the start on some Air Force fucking base. Not some. Pease Air Force Base, going down to New Hampshire. Who gives a fuck? Anyway. I'm just saying that's how it started for me. I started out getting injected with poison, whatever the military had to offer. I'm not going to go back into all that stuff. Well, anyway, I don't know what to say.
Please know that what is happening is a result of generations of varying degrees of physical, mental, and spiritual enslavement. Please know that you have the power, potential, and ability to help change it. Please know that man and womankind are being divided and distracted at all costs while they are hurriedly being fooled into constructing their own electromagnetically weaponized and digital concentration camps. Please know that a living man, woman, child need clean, unobstructed air to breathe and clean water to drink for the body and mind to function properly. Please know that you cannot inhale an imaginary virus. You can, however, make yourself sick by wearing an oxygen-depriving mask while simultaneously breathing in carbon dioxide and bacteria held by the mask. The false external groups and labels of control are false personas when attached to and are also masks. Please know you did not evolve from monkeys. Please know the allopathic, chemical-based pharmaceuticals were designed to suppress, degrade, and destroy the bodies and minds of all that consume them. Please know that water is level for as far as it stretches, which is well past the physical ability for our eyes to see. Please know that the ground is still and solid. It is not an illusion, nor hurling through space. Please know that they won long ago. The old world order is the current world order, becoming the new world order, which is a replay of the old world order, now with vastly upgraded technological, psychological, and physical manipulation and control. Please know that inner reflection and contemplation can reveal the contradicting beliefs, thoughts, emotions, feelings, and actions of the past. It is the inner process of mental and spiritual growth each is responsible for, and is the path to the unique, organic wisdom that each must find. Please know, all praise and glory to the Most High. Thank you for listening.